we're live. Completely on time, as I always am. On time, as we always do here at the 2000 BMC. Always 100%. Always, always, always. Never an exception. Alrighty. Alrighty. Bam. Okay. Let's use a notification. Bubbles, what up? Got off late work and then also had to eat dinner. I am here though. We do our best. Catching up on things so I can turn on this, that. Okay. Bam. Get other things up. How are you doing tonight, Bubbles? Sorry, I'm a little all over the place trying to transition straight into streaming. Opening up the Unity project. Good. I'm glad to hear you're good. Apparently, the camera should be getting here tomorrow, but that was just the expected date. No idea if that will be true or not. Also, I never sent. Don't need to worry about that. You, I am doing good as well. I'm a little all over the place. Hello, Tobath. But I'm making it. I am doing good in the end. Okay. So I have Unity up, and I guess as if we just set up music and stuff, or let me pull the stream on over here. Then we should be all good to go. Pull up my channel. We have 5 viewers all of a sudden. 7? How do we have 7 people here already? Who's here that isn't talking? Speak up now. Or don't. I'm just messing. I want to know who's here. What up? Let's see. Oh. Looks like nobody. I don't know. Huh? How that... Users in chat is literally never helpful because neither Bubbles or Telbath are in there. Alrighty. So we got that. I need to find more music choices that are copyright free that I am able to use. Or less, I heard someone doing the Mario Kart soundtrack before. I don't know what isn't allowed in the end. But I don't know what the heck they are doing out there. I'm gonna change this. Just something like that, most likely. Bam. We got music. Tobath, how are you doing today, by the way? I want to know. Okay, so I have Discord on here as well. I figured out how to watch your stream. I am watching now. Oh, does that mean Jinx is here? Hello, Jinx, if you're here. If you are, say something in chat. Speak to me. Okay, got that. I don't have a Twitch account. Oh, they're free. You just gotta set up with an email. Ooh, you could do an You could do Among Us Imposter Remix. Among Us Imposter Remix. I'll keep that in mind for when we get to the soundtrack. Also, is volume doing okay? Let me hear. I'm gonna take that as a yes. I think that's pretty good. Okay. I don't need my phone for anything. Put it down here. Okay, yeah, volume good? Awesome. Thank you for the input. That helps a lot, actually. What was I doing? So I got stream pulled up. Let me make sure. Requests. Comment to my code is up, so that's fine. Actually, I should probably be changing. Actually, I'm not worried about that tonight. We'll deal with that later. Alrighty. So we can turn back to this. To Unity. Alright. So where we left off last time is I got almost everything ready to like start and end games, right? And I wasn't networking any of it. Networking meaning making a multiplayer, right? Online. And I said, let's just slap the code on it to make it multiplayer. That's not how that works. Lesson. That's not how that works. Oh, this would be so cool if I had a camera, because I'm gesturing so much, even though the fact that you can't see it. These kinds of things are a lot more interesting when you can just pay attention to me whenever I'm talking about stuff. So. We need to take a step back from this code and plan how it's actually gonna be done. Let's go script, gameplay. We'll get entity living. I've created an account. Hello there, Blab. Hello, Jinx. What is up? Welcome to chat, Jinx. Bro, but Jinx, hear me out. You have a new account and you're watching my channel. It's just a subtle reminder that you can always follow. It's free, and you can always unfollow if you'd like. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I heard a sound. What is... Jinx is now following. Woo! Let's go. Is that number 80 or 81? I think that's 80. Is it 80 because we had 70. So, no, 72? Also, oh yeah, so you're going to Chicago tomorrow? That's super cool, Bubbles. And I'm going to North Carolina on Friday. Bro, that's where I am. Jinx, don't give away where we live, but we do live in North Carolina. How many followers do we have? 72, yeah, the 72nd. Okay. Deltarune has a lot of ambience near the beginning. Lol gang. Yeah, no, NC, we're an NC gang, you know it. So, yeet dab. Alright. We're living on the coast, we're going to the mountains. Cool, cool, cool. We'll have fun with that, both of y'all. Okay. So mainly, right, let's do some paint.net, right? We're gonna do some paint.net for this. We are going to have... Okay, yeah. Let's try to think here, right? So if I draw some lines here, right? Alright, I don't need that much space. Alright, so if this up here is the server, like the big server that runs everything, right? Yeah. This is our, I'm not writing like that, I'm using text, oh my gosh. No, bring back my line. Okay, this is terrible how, stop struggling with paint.net, Blaine. Server. And this is the client, right? Bam. Brush. Draw that down to 5. There. Beautiful. Whatever. We'll leave it. Okay, so here's the client. Here's the server. What we're gonna do now... Actually, that should... Bam. There they both are. Now we need to set up the things that each thing has, right? So stuff like... Yes, good lines, you know it. Okay, so basically, the server... If I ever say... There's the client and the server. Those are two things. Client is everybody who is connecting to the server to play. And the server is the thing that runs everything. There's only one server ever, right? This is kind of like Minecraft server, but it's a little bit more like technical version of that word. Like when you connect to a server, that you are connecting to a server, but like not like, you know, Minecraft servers you think about like the games and stuff there. Server is like where you're running all the code from and stuff essentially like on its own. The server is like is basically somebody playing the game, but nobody's playing, and it has control over a lot of things that happen that the players don't. So let's do an example that I've already done well, right? So basically, whenever you press buttons, right? Let's drop this to a side. So the client does inputs, right? When you press like when you press buttons, you do the inputs, right? The client has control of all the things it inputs. And then what it does is the client also, since you're pressing WASD, it moves itself, right? Those are two things. Except this is... a small cooling house, so I understand a little awesome. So... we have the client move ourself, right? Now the thing is that's kind of dangerous when it comes to a game, right? Because if my client can tell the server where I've moved to, because, you know, if I say, hey, I moved 10 feet forward, right? I tell the server that. And then the server goes, hey, he moved 10 feet forward. Let's tell all the other people playing the game that he moved so that they see him move. Which means that's where you get lag from. You know, depending on people's lag, it'll take longer for signals to get places. Problem is, if this dude is a dirty hacker, he can say, I moved 300 feet in that direction. And the server goes, okay, he moved 300. That's what hacking is, right? So basically what you can do is say, come up here and say, hey, is that legal what they just did? Can they move 300 blocks in half a second? If so, sure, move it on. If not, you can just stop things and then send them back to where they were. You can stop hacking that way. None of the code I'm gonna... What happened to Side Toxic? Probably just been busy. Basically, we're not gonna check for hackers right now, because we just need to set up a game. We can always do checking and stuff later, right? So instead, we're gonna do this, because imagine if we said, hey, what if we didn't have movement, right? And we said, alright, I'm gonna press forward. The server's gonna go, he pressed forward, so he's gonna move, right? So let's tell the person they can move now. If you have lag, imagine if you were lagging in Minecraft and you pressed forward and you didn't move forward on your screen. That's why instead when you lag in Minecraft, you do move forward. But then if you're lagging too much, it teleports you back. Rubber banding is what that is. So we're gonna make sure we leave it like this, where you input and move on here, and then we tell the server, right? That works. So movements are gonna be sent through the server. And I believe all of this is done through the networked objects, right? If we go to the player object, it has a network transform right here. So if I do this, can I highlight stuff for emphasis. Oh, I can do that. Okay, cool. And then it takes a screenshot of it, but that doesn't matter. So if we come back, can I just paste that? Oh, that's cool. No, don't do that. Network transform, right? We use a network transform, and that brings it up to server having movement. Bam. Cool. And then we can just send that straight back and send it out to all the other clients. That makes sense, right? Rubber banding is fun, stays into the black abyss of flag painfully. You right. So there we go. We got... That's how the movement works in Ram War, right? That's already done. Okay. If I do... Oh, right, can't I... Yeah, I can do straight lines like that. Oh, this song's so good. Alright. So, we got that. Let's do another one. I think, let's move on to one of the ones I'm struggling with. Or I was struggling with, which is, death. Right? It's a new version of Fundy. What? That's the new version of Fundy. I'm just being slow, probably. Okay, so, death, right? Basically... resetting your location is done by the client because it's movement, right? So, basically, if we have... Let's probably use actual names, right? So here's... We're on Entity Living, we probably need to go to Player. Also, if y'all aren't fully understanding stuff, feel free to ask questions, but also feel free to just vibe. I don't expect you to understand everything I'm saying. I'm kind of probably not even explaining it great from the, really great from the bottom up, but I think it's pretty interesting if you get anything from it. Oh, Fundy's a, Fundy is a coder. Yeah. I know Fundy. I do know Fundy. It's different because you explain it. That's, cool. Does Fundy stream, by the way? Does he stream, or does he just, I've seen his YouTube videos. But cool, because I think explaining code is so much fun. If I could make videos out of it, I totally would, but I'm not really the most educated to teach any particular videos just yet. So if we go here, do we have player? Yeah. So if we go to freaking dies, here we have public freaking dies, client RBC freaking dies. Okay. So basically, there's multiple versions. So, cool. Wait, did Bubble say the thing about Fundy streaming and then me also ask, does Fundy stream? Because if I did that, I'm just tired. Because I saw his message, so we're just going to move on from that. But yes. Kind of scary? Yeah, so I didn't see it. I'll have... if you'd like to update me on what happened, that'd be interesting. You're more than welcome to tell me about it. But okay, so we have in here, if you look at Entity Living, which a player is an Entity Living, but I can just change like specific code under player if a player does something different than other things that are alive. Oh, it's lore? Okay. Cool. I'm not caught up enough for there to be too much more information other than that. Fundy was in a loop. Interesting. Okay, so we have 3 versions of freaking dies, right? Which is just the death function. We have freaking dies, command freaking dies, and RPC freaking dies, right? Basically what this is I can explain these two easier. A command is something you send to the server. As in, if you said, hey server, I would like to die. You're not doing anything, you're just telling the server to do stuff. Then the server goes, I'll kill you, and it kills you and stuff and can send back information. RPC freaking dies is saying, hey, is the server telling clients to die. The clients, it's saying, hey, everybody who is currently playing in the game, that person just died. Act accordingly, right? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. So, Coding is so confusing for me. I don't blame you, NJM. So future stuff. Interesting, Bubbles. Also, how's the game going along? It's going fine. If I can figure out how to network what I did last stream, as in make that multiplayer, then I should be able, people, not viewers yet, but friends I know should be able to play RAM with me. Like a super simple version of RAM. No painting yet, just shotguns, only fighting, picking up the RAM, taking it to the other base and capping. I should have that working if we can get this stuff networked tonight. Yeah, it is sick. I'm very excited. I wish I could try. I will let people try stuff when I have something worth trying. It will not be much fun at all. It's not much of anything. Hope it turns out well. Thank you so much. Yes, Jinx, very fun. Okay, so Freaking Dies isn't a command or an RPC. The reason why Freaking Dies exists is because... Wait, I forgot to ask my friend, fan art, she wants to post it somewhere. Where would she have to post it? If you want to post art and stuff like that, don't we have a channel? We should have content sharing, right? I don't have a bunch of individual channels because I think it just clutters space until it gets to, like, the server was any bigger. Yeah, the content sharing is where you just, general for creators for talking, content sharing, you can just show whatever you want there. And we're all welcome to show off that art. All right, I'm always here if you need a tester, by the way. Absolutely. I would love to have testers for the full game once it's in a place where it's actually a game. It's just not a game yet. Also, what kind of fan art is this? It sounds cool. And as you're answering that, I'm gonna try to explain this because me explaining it to y'all is helping me first and foremost. Like, it helps me understand what I'm saying, right? Reason why Freaking Die exists is because the server cannot use a command. The server can't say, "Hey server, do this," which you'd think it could tell itself to do it, but it can't use a command. Like right here where it specifically is a command, I can't do that. Same with a client can't do an RPC for itself. So if you look at Freaking Dies under player, right? Do I have it? Yeah. Freaking Dies runs RPC Freaking Dies. I don't remember what, and then this is all code and stuff here for various other things. Yeah. It's of me. It's of me. That's sick. Wait, do I know the friend as well? Like through chat and whatnot? That's insane. What? That's so cool. I'm very excited. Offer something in chat. You will get one. No, she does not talk. Oh, but is she a viewer though? That's super cool. Like, you don't have to say anything more. I won't ask for more information about her and whatnot. I just think it's just purely to know. It'd be cool if I know. It'd be cool to know there is a viewer that watches but doesn't talk. Because I always just assume the only people watching are people who don't talk in chat. But that's super cool. Also, Matt, I'm just gonna ban you. I'm joking. I love you, Matt. You're great. But I will not show you my feet. I'm sorry. My gosh. Okay, so basically, RPC Freaking Dies is where the server says, hey, that person just died, right? But it also, so it says RPC, so it tells everybody who's playing to run this code, right? But if, right, it says if you're not the local player. Local player is a special term as well. Local player means, like, essentially, if you were to ask, like, go into my, if Blaine BMC man, right, is playing Minecraft, and I were to say, hey, is 2000 BMC the local player? It would say yes, because I'm playing. If NJM is also on the server, and Bubbles is also on the server, if I say, is Bubbles the local player? It would say no on my computer. But on Bubbles' computer, it would say, yes, Bubbles is the local player, and BMC is not. So basically, this says, hey, to the player who is the local player, right, it's gonna do this stuff, which it says it resets where your location is. That's what that does. I saw a psychologist therapist about my ankle. A physical, not psycho. You're a dumbass, Blaine. I saw a physical therapist about my ankle, and I have a list of exercises to help. That's awesome. I'm glad you're getting help. That's super cool. I hope that goes well. Take care of yourself. Be careful. So that's why we have this, right? Then we have freaking dies, which basically, as you can see, it's not a command and it's not a client RPC. But then I immediately say, if you're not the server, stop running the code, right? Alright, I gotta head out, but if you switch to playing with viewers, give me a ping, will do. See you later, possibly. I do not know what the plans are. We will see. Reason why, you'd think, well, okay, if the server's the only one who can do it, why isn't it just a command? It's the same thing I said earlier. The server can't run a command. So, basically, all I know is, apparently, I needed this because the server was saying, have a great rest of the stream, thank you. No one knows what our plan, I don't know what plans are either, Jinx. So basically, the server is saying, hey, kill them, right? Kill someone. And then we do stuff like resetting health. We run the, that is a diddle-oom. I heard a sound. What is that from? And there's now host, hey, NJM with the host. Thank you, NJM. Woo! Love that. Thank you so much, NJM. Every little bit helps. Honestly, thank you so much. Alright. So we reset the health. If you have the RAM, it'll spawn the RAM. Alright. RAM ball by player death. Yeah, it spawns the RAM ball. And then it says, hey, tell the person to kill themselves, right? Talking about these things in coding is so much fun. You just sound so insane. And then it's just, you know, then the client does this thing we already talked about, right? So that's how we have death set up, right? So let's come here. I'm trying to think. Basically, we have RPC dies, right? Or freaking dies, I'm just shortening it, is there. And dies is there, right? Dies runs by the server. And coming down here uses an RPC, right? To run freaking dies. And freaking dies resets location. Right? Dies, specifically, dies is the one that resets health because it has access to your health variable, right? I think the health variable is actually like kind of like a it's a synced var, which means both of them kind of have constant access to them. So we can put like variables up here that each one has access to. Well, I think all variables that communicate between the two are. I think I can just say like, here's our synced vars, and we can put health up here, I assume. Oh, this song's so good, so short. Entity living, it has health. Yeah, there's health. Health is a sync var. We're right. There we go. So health is something that's held on the server and like the client. They both, no matter who updates it, the other one will see it eventually. Like once it updates, right? Got that. Also, we have a good bit of viewers tonight. So if anybody's new here, please feel free to talk up in chat. I love talking to people. If you have any questions on what's going on, let me know. Oh my gosh, so if you're new here, feel free to talk in chat. Someone is spamming me. A friend of mine is spamming me about a mistake they just made in Undertale. I think they know a lot about it, but they hadn't played it, and they just made a big mistake. I'll say, without spoiling anything, they made, like, the first really big mistake you can make. And she's freaking out, and it's kind of hilarious. Yeah. So, there we go. We got sync var. So the sync var will tell, you know, the client, you know, it'll update the variables over here, right? Got that. So, is there anything else Dies does? And Dies also, spawns ball. It spawns the ram ball. Ram ball. Oh, that song's so good, too. Okay. Right, so we got that. Now what we need to do... Oh, she really doesn't know how the game works. She's asking me, actually. I just won't respond. I'll let her make her own decisions, because that's half the fun. I had a friend play Undertale with me who knew how it worked. And it was a ton of fun. I'm really glad he played it with me. But there's a pinch of me that goes, I really wish I played it completely blind without anybody telling telling me anything so I could make the mistakes myself. Because I honestly didn't really make any of the mistakes because Ben was playing it with me. But I'm glad I'd take playing it with him over played it completely blind. Okay, so effing, right, is a mechanic you can do, right? This is one that I introduced that didn't work well, right? Effing is something that kills you, right? And I can't just have effing make you die because it forgets part of the code over here. So the thing I don't think I did properly is I should have made effing, which is based off of an input, right? Inputs are over here as well. I'm just gonna do that to prove a point. Inputs. And then effing is done based on inputs, right? But effing should then immediately ask if you can... There might be a little... I was gonna say, it should ask for the server to kill it first, right? And I was like, we should do that. One thing I gotta probably modify is if there's a little bit of lag, you would want the F to look like you die immediately. But if it's waiting for the server to do, server to get back to you on that, so let me go ahead and just draw the line. The server is going to use this, which is going to use a command, right? Because the client is telling the server to do something. A command. Right? And then that command, we don't have a command yet, so I need to make a command. So we're gonna use the process of command. Command. Interesting choice. She seems to have moved on past her failure and not have undone anything. Interesting. I'm being very pedantic about where this word command is. Please give me a second as I'm just having frickin' internal problems right now. Okay, command. And then that command is going to run... We can't run dies because dies is run from the server by the server. So this is where we're going to have command dies. And all command dies is going to do is going to run dies because now it's the server that runs the command, which means it can run dies. Does that make sense, right? I think I'm explaining this really well. Does this seem overly complicated? Yes, because networking has to be like this. If you didn't have all this control over what speaks to what, you couldn't optimize and make things run as good as possible, right? Also, world revolving, yes. Bam. That's what I should be doing, and I think I had some lines of doing stuff like this was the problem. But that is what we're gonna do now, right? So we have the RPC, which is always on the client, the command, which is always on the server, and then the non-labeled one is always just going to be I should probably label those. I really feel like I should. Because I can have, like, you know, over here, I can have... It's going to have commands, right? And the client is going to have RPC. Should I make, like... Because, let's see, do I have examples of things? Let's go to, like... Yeah, I have examples of code that are, obviously, that are unnamed that are on the client. I'm trying to think. Should I add a prefix to those? Because I think that'd help me understand. Because then I can't just say to die. Oh, but then I gotta change. No, that'd be fine. I'd be fine with doing that. I'll ask about that later. With someone else who's done networking. Beta. I'll ask Beta. If he thinks I should have a like a name on that. Okay. Wait, did I undo my line? I thought, where'd my line go? Bring back my line. There we go. Let me save this so I don't lose this, or else I'm gonna be upset. Pictures, game pictures. RAM War. New code. Server versus client. Bam. Okay. So we got all that, right? That, great. Let's do that. Okay. Because then it's also... No, actually, we should probably talk about how we're going to do spawn points. Because that was the other thing I didn't have right. Oh, that scared me for some reason. Oh, we got a new follower. What's... I'm going to butcher that. The resolution's small and there's a bunch of repeated letters. Where is that? I am gonna... Thank you so much for the follow. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna mess this up so bad. Vilal Basel Maria. Vilal Basel Maria. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Talk in chat. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Where are you from? Where'd you find me out from? That's my favorite thing to ask, because I'm always curious where people come from, if it's from the TikTok or just browsing on Twitch. Welcome so much. Thank you for being here. We're programming the full version of my FPS RAM War. It's something I've been working on for about 5 years now. Look, I'm saying 5 instead of 4 for once. It's been about 5 years since I made it in Minecraft. And it's just it's super cool. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you want to see the trailer of what the game looks like, this is what we're working on. That's the Minecraft version trailer, and that's the YouTube channel and all that too. If you want to hang out with us, am I advertising? Maybe, but I also think if you're interested enough to follow, there's the other links. There's a public Discord. If you got Java Minecraft, you can play with us on stream nights where we play the game. Thursdays and Saturdays is when we do that. So thank you so much for the follow. Code. So, I need to figure out where... See, okay, let's pull up the reset player script, because that's, I think, the script that has the code I'm thinking about. Quick reset, yeah. So, quick reset has these locations, which are not on the server, is part of the problem I didn't think about. They should probably be synced vars. Well, I guess they don't really have to... No, they should, or else people might cheat. Maybe go ahead and smart to make them sync vars. So let's grab sync var and go to quick reset. I'm so excited how many followers we're getting all of a sudden now. we're actually getting a decent number, because I feel like we kind of stalemated a little bit once we finally hit 50. But I just hope we keep making progress. Not that follower numbers are the most important thing, but I really just want more people to know about it, that I can just show off my stuff and hopefully get, you know, work towards eventually. Not that it's going to be anytime soon with this being my job. I want it so bad. So, I gotta keep making progress. So, there. We've sunk all of those, right? Start You got this playing, you can do it. Thank you so much. Let's go to here. Oh, I'm already... What am I doing? I'm going to paint on that. Sync var, so there's health. I'm gonna go over a line and put start rot slash pause slash rotation, and then reset pause slash rotation, right? There's some other 4 new variables we got, right? And those are synced on the server, right? So that's great. So, like I said, whenever you update them on the server, they're automatically updated on the client. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I do this all right, because if I can, that would be optimal if I could get this stuff right. So, basically, I think the server... See, this right here is done on start, right? This should probably be done on the server only, but right now it looks like it's done by everyone because it doesn't say in particular who should do it, right? I'm not too worried about that because we'll put a to-do on it. To-do. Only do as server. And I'm not going to change that now because I don't want to change too many things at once. Even though the code's completely busted right now, I want to get it back to working because it's actually broken right now. So then we have... Let's see. So RPC set spawn, right? RPC, this sets our spawn. The problem is that if we want to set spawns and stuff, right? Zelda music? Nah, this is the Deltarune OST. Or is that a request or a question? Yeah, okay, that's a question. Okay. Zelda do have some great music though. So this is also interesting because this is where I wasn't thinking hard enough about all this stuff. Right here, it's not like Terrytown. I'm not familiar with that one in particular, but I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, this song's so pretty. I think I was actually crying when this song played because of how cool just the whole thing was. Because I thought it was over. I thought this was all that game was, and I was crying because it was just so pretty. My gosh. We didn't talk about me crying. Stop. So, basically, it's something that's, we have it so it's, technically, since it's updated, however, now, right? It shouldn't matter who is doing the spawn, the set spawn, right? Because it also doesn't really matter if you're the local player. Yeah, because you're only going to be running it on the player you'd like to run it on. So, if I just take off this, right? I don't think I need that. How do you... There we go. this just flat out sets your new spawns, right? Who's gonna need to set your spawn? The server is going to 100% need to set your spawn, right? But, and quick reset, it's on... Is quick reset turned off on the server end? I just realized that. I think it is. Wait. I believe it's... Ooh. Quick reset. Here's setup. Enable scripts. Because it's quick reset off by default, it is. So there's part of the problem. I just forgot about dog check. Okay. So it's not even on the server. Which it is, like I said, it's already updated between everything, right? So that's fine. We gotta RPC. We gotta have the server tell you to reset your spawn. Alright, things I gotta do. Good luck on your stuff. If you play around worse tonight, have fun. Thank you, Jinx. Do your things. Good luck with those things. You're gonna do great. See you later. Okay. So as long as this is... This has to be in our... Unless we're gonna have a quick reset. Quick reset doesn't even have a server version. So it doesn't even matter if it's... I feel like I just shouldn't disable it then. What is playing now? Oh, I haven't... I'm down to listen to this. Where does it start? Oh, or is this... Wait. When does the... Is there... When does the actual first half of the concert... Okay, here we go. There we go. Oh, wait, there's the stupid... There's a silly intro. I want to listen to music. Start of the concert. There we go. Ah, yes. Applause. My favorite thing to listen to. Okay. So we should probably just have this run on the server as well. And just be smart about it all. Why, though? Why would we want to do that? Because if in here is the variable for that stuff, we can't... like, officialize the fact... I want to make sure that these are kept legal. I know I'm not worried too much about cheaters and all that stuff, but at least this part is somewhere where it feels like if I don't do this right now, I'll have to change a bunch later, whereas just not checking if they're legally moving is an easy thing to start later. Right? Okay. Can you play... Yeah. So I guess these variables could just be stored somewhere else, and quick reset is just the code for... It's almost like quick reset doesn't have a reason to exist. That's what I'm starting to think. And these are all things that should be attached to everything else and done properly. Okay. It's quiet. Okay, sorry. I'm really thinking here. Okay. So here we are with like this stuff, right? So this doesn't reset your location. Right now, it doesn't. It just tells... It runs... It's what runs quick reset. It should be, you know, if you're resetting your stuff, this is how you... It runs reset player. You are putting an anti-cheat? I mean, you have to. I'm not working on it now. I'm just... As much as, you know, people can always hack things, right? But you have to start at least by writing code where the server, aka the thing that we're running at like a public server, is like set up in a way that it checks things, right? Dang, my plans are foiled. Well, you're just messing, okay. You right. I foiled you. I got you. Okay. Because this is what does this. And these variables can't be synced because there's no server version. So I feel like I should just move all this stuff into player. I really think I just should. Because then it makes sense to have server and not server stuff in that regards. No more $500 hacks. Yep. You know it. Do I have the rigid body in here? I feel like I should just start moving this stuff into here. Because otherwise, I'm just networking stuff that I don't really feel like... Or I can just write the code. I can just remove... Okay, let's do that. Let's do this. Let's try this. Because I can always move it over after. Moving it over is easy. Afterwards is easy. Quick reset is not something that has to be enabled. Can I move? Networked. Player 1 web networked. Oh, it's just the player script. Is that what that is? Yeah, okay. So let's make this array 1 less. 6. And then just drag player in. Oh wait, is the player not even... Oh, this is hype. Oh, this is actually hype. So I think that's part of the problem is I don't even think player was on the server. Which is a problem. Because I've been writing player code in regards to who should be doing what, I think. I have been writing those properly. Yeah. Because don't I have commands in here? If I have a single command in here... Well, I said is server, yeah, okay, so I can't do this with player either. Change that to 5. Okay. The physics collide, the ground check, sure, that's fine. I don't need the server to check if I'm gonna go through the ground. Mouse looking and player input are both things that only the player does, right? The move physics are also run by only me. And the camera sway is run by only me. Got it. That should be all fixed. Quick reset goes on for everybody. Player goes on for everybody. So I think that's a big fix. That's why all of this talking has really helped, because I didn't think I'd be having to look over here for problems. That's probably why nothing was happening, even improperly it wasn't happening. Okay, so now we can fix quick reset, right? Because now I can write it properly since there is a server version. I want to set the spawn to be a command. I want the server to only do that. So, this needs to be the... Set spawn is going to be the code that actually does the things. And we'll... There's no client RPC version of set spawn anymore, yeah. There's just set spawn, and then there's going to be command set spawn. Because the clients are going to ask to be killed. Or to have their spawn set. I'm just saying killed now. Okay. Bam. It goes very silent often. But I guess it's live, so... Alright. So let me send a message really quick to... I sent the message. Come back to Twitch. Okay. So, command set da-da-da, bam, okay, cool. And then let's just simplify the command code, which is just gonna be set spawn with new pause and new rot. I think that should be all. And also, you should be able to tell, the client should be able to say, hey, I'd like to set my spawn. And then it's gonna... And then it should run set spawn as the server. And this is only gonna be if you're not the server, stop trying. Bam. And this is not needed. There. That should be set up fine there. This was just if you wanted to set spawn here is only ever done by the client. So that means Okay, I don't need to have that communicate with this thing, because I can't send transforms over the network. But I guess I can also just do... This is also only time the client's ever going to be doing something is if they're asking the server to do something. So this can be... Yeah, this can just be capitalized, because I don't know why I started lowercasing things, I believe. Let me do that. No. And heartache time for the song. Okay. Okay, so basically, set spawn transform is gonna be a server only thing. Which means we're just gonna be running set spawn, because now it's a server thing. He says, are you sharing your screen? It's so high, YouTube. Alright. So then that should work fine, because we can just set spawn, which is already a server thing as well. And set spawn here is also something that only the clients are going to ever do. Which means this should be... I'm gonna call this client set spawn here. Alright. Is there like a short... What's shorthand for call? Is there like a way people... What's the shorthand? Yeah, I can do SVR and see it. What I can do, like... I don't want to do CNT. I don't want... CLT. Client. And... server. Alright. That's the thing I was going to ask about, but I think that helps me out a lot. Which means I might start capitalizing. Like, server... command server client. So does this coding software have preset commands and stuff? It has the stuff that for... So, I have a package added to Unity, which is the software I'm working in. I'm working in Unity. I have a package added called Mirror. Mirror is made by, you know, some other people that is based off the way Unity used to do multiplayer, right? And Mirror has commands like this code right here that's like brackets command is something that Mirror uses. Oh, you want to spect? No, not even close. No, it has nothing built in like that. Literally, we've built walking from scratch. We're building looking around with the camera has been done from scratch. Nothing here at all, especially server stuff, is done for us at all. I'll have to do stuff like spectating people by hand, which I definitely will add a lot of spectating stuff eventually. I'm sorry, newts? I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that has to be a typo. Weird flex, but okay. Matt, shut up. So have you done all this by yourself? No. Beto set... Oh, it's nuts. Gotcha. Beto did the first-person controller. Beto made the part where you walk around, look around the camera, and he set up the first little bit of multiplayer to show me how it worked. Like, he got it to where walking around. You could see each other walking around in multiplayer. He did that. I've done everything regarding the weapons, and I'm now going to do most of the multiplayer stuff. He just helped me get started. So he did the entirety of that first-person control, which is a lot of work that he did very well at. It'll definitely be modified going forward, but it's very, very good now. And we'll stay like that for a while, I'm sure. Set spawn hub is something that I think... How close is it to being... NGEM, it's nowhere close to being finished. Like, not even close. I've not even pretended. I won't even close to pretend. It's not even... It's abysmally far from it. There's nothing... You've seen us running around in it, right? It's just an empty world with a couple of things. Yeah, no, it's... Welcome to... This is a game being started from scratch. You're here for the whole journey. You're here from the beginning. Oh, I am too. I can't wait either. It will take some time. It will take a good bit of time. And hopefully, you know, somewhere down the road, half a year, I'm not, don't put a time limit, no time limit. At some point, we'll have betas and stuff like that, where there's playable versions of a good bit of the stuff, but just a lot more to go before it's a full release. And then, you know, if that gets good enough, we can play stuff like that on streams and things. Oh yeah, I don't have the real OGs for nothing. You right, you are a real OG. You are, indeed. Set spawn hub is something that the server does. And, see, my brain wants to do serve, but I guess server makes more sense to do it that way. Server set spawn hub. And so this is only going to run if it's the server. And this is only going to be if you're the local player. And this will run. This will run command. Command set spawn. What coding language is this? C#. It is C#. Unity uses C#. And then I'm just gonna by hand do this because I won't need to do it. I won't need to be sending transforms over as I can't send transforms. Okay. Command, what? Oh, why did I write spawn twice? Command set spawn, sends the stuff, bam. So that's client set spawn here. And this is server set spawn hub. So, this is where I don't have to make these separate functions. I could just name them in one thing, and then just have, like, if you're not the local nah, but I return. I don't skip code. I'm just gonna separate them for my sake. Okay. So, then we're gonna have server set spawn hub. Oh, wait, let's set spawn here. We have that. Server set spawn hub. Why is this not a thing? Oh, is it server set spawn? Server set spawn, and server set spawn. Bam. That should be all thought through. Let's bring that into my paint.net to make sure that makes sense. So what we have is, and we'll fix all those in a moment. The main thing is server set spawn, right? So we have server set spawn, right? Server set spawn actually, oh gosh. I should have been doing this on another layer, but we're not going to talk about the fact that I haven't been. Server set spawn sets spawn. It sets the pause and rotation, right? Great. Hey, look, even I'm getting an applause. I'm a genius. Okay. So then you're gonna have stuff like this, where if the client, all the things that the client can do, right? Let's see. We have client set spawn here. And I think that's the only thing. We have client set spawn here, right? So we'll come down here. Client set spawn here uses a command to then run the command that we have, which is command set spawn, because that's how you get a server to communicate with it. So it runs the command set spawn, and command set spawn literally runs server set spawn. Bam. Then, what else do we have? We have server set spawn hub, which also just runs server set spawn. Because this is what I intended on this looking like, and it actually seems like it's working pretty well. And then we also have server set spawn transform, which also just runs server set spawn. You see how this is working out? The client, if it does anything, uses a command, which we need a command to then set it to this thing, and then everything that the server does on its own then just runs set spawn as well. Server set spawn transform, command set spawn, server set spawn. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There they all are. We did it. That should be all of the spawning stuff done inside of Reset Player. Awesome. So we have RPC and we have, actually, scroll in here and erase that real quick. Oh, let me make this, actually I don't want to do that. Okay. RPC and client. Right? And we can come up here. Oh gosh, was I dumb and did I? We're not gonna talk about the fact that there's just white scribble on this layer. I'm not that dumb, I would never be that dumb. That's gone. And that's gone. Go back to this layer. And it's command. I'd like to write, oh, it's because don't ask. This song is so good. Command 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Server. So those are the two naming conventions we use. Other clients. Did never write something at the bottom there. Bam. So we have all that, right? Which is great and dandy, both of them. Is that all done? Oh, that's nice. I did all that on top. Okay. So, let's go back in here. Reset player is specifically client. And we're gonna check if you're the local player. We're just not gonna worry about that idea anymore. Okay, then we'll come up here and we'll see. So now we have stuff like this, which is where if you fall off the map, it's gonna run client reset player. Because fixed update should also only run if you're the local player. And update should also only run if you're the local player. To do it bad. Wait, was that done with instruments, that last little stinger? Oh no, it's just microphone audio. That's funny. I can close that out, actually. Okay, is it bad to do... Alright, check every tick. Okay. So this says, if you press the reset button, it'll run command freaking dies. But then specifically, if you're the server, there's two things you can do. You can set client set spawn here, which is a thing we've written. We don't have a way to set the spawn to hub from here, so we can go make one of those real quick. This is server set spawn hub. We can make a client one. Which, since it's the client, we need to be command setting spawn to the start position and the start rotation. That's the only command we have is set spawn, yeah. Which is fine, because we can just, we should have the same spawn location. So this is now client set spawn hub. Bam. That should be all good. This script should be fixed. Awesome. We're making progress. It's really slow, but what we're doing makes sense now for once. As opposed to the other night, it was making no sense to me once I started adding all the networking and stuff. Which means now that these are set up properly, I can run them properly from other locations. So if we come into the player rate, basically, this is Freaking Dies, which is a server thing. We're gonna rename Freaking Dies. Rename symbol. This is now... Yeah, only the server runs if you die. So now server Freaking Dies, right? It also opened up entity living, which is fine. Health is also above all of this, but I don't really need health open. I'm fine with that. Also, randomly just saying this. Hey, if you're new here, welcome. If you want to talk in chat, I'd love to hear if there's anybody new. Working on Ram War. I'm more than glad to tell you about the game if you speak up that I know you're new. I'd love to tell you about it. Otherwise, here's all our stuff if you want to hang out with us. We got a Discord and a YouTube. The YouTube has the trailer of Ram War as well. The Minecraft version where it was originally made. So feel free to hang out with us. The game manager is something I know we're gonna have to do some stuff in. The sheep. Why does the sheep? Oh, because server freaking dies. So that just renamed this, which is great. So I don't need to be worried about that. Okay, and then quick reset with her. So it's the game manager that had something new, which is this is where command start game. First of all, rename symbol. Command start game. And button is the other thing I know that had some code we need to fix. It's nice how it's opening all the things I need for me. Okay. So let's start at the top of the game manager, because we have a player list that updates, we have variables that are synced. Well, these are all lists. Okay. So we have a command, and a command insinuates that it's run from a client. Got it. It'll say, it'll eradicate all the sheep, which, let's go to definition. It's down here. Eradicate all sheep is a server thing. I need to rename the symbol. Server, eradicate all sheep. And that runs update sheep list and update ramball list, which let's go to the definition. Since these variables are sunk between the two, the version of the melody sounds really... Why is it familiar? It just sounded really cool by itself, I guess. I'll rename it because it's just gonna help me. I need to... I'll start doing this so I know what things are server and what not. And then update ramball list. Update ramball list. Rename symbol, RPC. And then RPC, eradicate all sheep. Has everybody destroy the stuff for themselves. Awake gets the map manager. Where else do we use the map manager? Map manager runs spawn sheep. That's fine. Is this like middle part of the show? It is, yes. Oh shit, there was this cute animation. Is this where... Oh yeah, this is the merch. I own a lot of that merch. Let's skip to continuation of the concert. Okay. Okay. So basically, we got that. That's fine. It's gonna be grabbing our quick reset, and it's gonna be setting transform, and this is the server anyway, because it's a command. Wait, what? Oh yeah, it's that. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm distracted. Server. Is that it? Server set spawn transform. Yep. Server set spawn transform. And those should be updated now. Update player list. Rename symbol is server update. Server update, server update. Server eradicate. So server eradicate updates the lists. And one thing I'm curious about, sorry, my brain's ditzing out a little bit, but I want to get this working tonight. And this RPC eradicate all sheep, which doesn't check if you're the local player, because you're not ever the local player. It's just the every client's version of this item, which is great. It destroys the things so you can't see them anymore. Awesome. And then awake. Okay, that should be fine. The game manager should be updated. The button is something. So I think this is probably a problem because I'm passing player. Wait, no, do I? I don't know if, I don't actually, I don't even know if that's true what I just said. No, it's probably not true what I just said. Okay. So this is a button which is networked. This is going to be run by only a player. Go to implementation. Go to references. So right here is where it's run from. This is press button, which will activate the button. Right. And it returns if you did hit a button. Let me go to where this is referenced. That's if you didn't press a button, and this is all in fixed update of player. Which, we need to update player since it's on the server now. That was the two ones we changed off of the thing, right? So we need to make sure that you're only the local player doing the code in here. So we have server freaking dies. And RPC freaking dies. Okay. You have to be the local player, and if you are the local player, it'll reset you. But that's not called that because, without checking, this should be client reset player, right? Yep. And then this is RPC change team, because only the server is ever going to ask you to change your team. How do you change the team? Do we have changing teams on? Yeah, we do. It's just players in specific do this as the client, which is changing your color. Got it. This is now... This is client set weapon. Which I guess technically is hackable because it's not... It was not checked by the server. Golly. We'll just leave a comment. We'll just leave a comment because I can't do everything right the first time over. This is why I don't stress over constantly doing everything perfectly right the first time, because there's too many things to keep in mind. I don't have enough experience to do that. It's a lack of experience. To do. Weapon should probably be owned by server. Because, you know, cheating. That's not what cheating. We'll come back to this. I want to see. Interesting, because here you see Syncvar, right, for player, and player was never even on the server, so shows how little I was thinking. So we'll just keep it client stuff. That's fine. RBC set weapon. My mother is texting me. Good. Sounds good. Alrighty. So that was already done. I don't know why this is here. Because I guess weapons are client side right now at the moment, so that's fine. 'Cause it's an RPC, so that shouldn't be there in the slightest. Update should be. I'm gonna copy that code. And then come down here. Oh, it's spider ants, yes. Alright, so if you're not the local player, right, you're not gonna do all this stuff. In fixed update, you have to be the local player for all that stuff. Press button is a client thing. Rename symbol. Client press button. Command damage other. See, how is that even working? Okay, now I'm confused because this is an instance of where clearly that was being done in multiplayer because we were damaging each other. How did that work, is the question. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, my head is fried. I can't. Because command damage other would be the server version of player. Because, right, I'm thinking right? I could be insane, but the thing, enable scripts, right? Enable scripts. Unstart authority, it enables these. Otherwise, it doesn't. So that should have been off, right? On the server. Unless if it was working because I had a host instead of just a dedicated. No, the dedicated server worked too. That's a question for Beto. Let's grab. Let me look at one thing really quick. Uh... and then bring this back. So, essentially, questions for... Just questions. Is that drum playing faster than everybody else? Well, that's cool. They modified the song in that regard. I hear that. Okay, what am I? Okay, questions. Jeez. I think I'm going to. And then it's, how did... command damage other work if player was not enabled on the server. I'm gonna save it. Okay, there's my question. I have it written down so I don't forget. Regardless, though, we'll just rename it to capital because we're fixing things. I don't know how these were working at all. And then... Whew. We're changing so many things. We're gonna do this while we're here, because I ain't gonna do it any other time if I don't. We should almost be done with the... I don't think there's much more left in this document, right? Yeah, okay. Bam. Got all those. Is player fully updated? Because it felt too easy for this one compared to what it should have been. I guess we're fine. Bubble just had thing updated because I changed something. Skill thing is fine. Chain is fine. Light put is fine. Bow is fine. Rail is fine. Shotgun is fine. Weapon? What is your change? I'm assuming it's just all those things. Oh yeah, you're fine. Setting portal. That's because the weapon, setting a weapon thing changed. Team. See, change team. Where's the definition of that? Okay, we'll rename that symbol. That's fine. Projectile should be fine. Health. Rename symbol. It's fine. Cap zone, I know I'm gonna have to do code in. Sheep. Should be fine. We'll worry. I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just thinking. Sorry. Yo, props to anybody who can put up with this. I'm trying to be entertaining. I guess Goodness, feel free to do anything else. I'm serious. Oh, goodness. I think I changed all the names of the thing. Yeah, I did everything here already. Button is the thing I know that has, I think, big... Oh, because I started dealing with this in Button, and I need to deal with the stuff with regards to Button in Player. Because Player press... Yeah, client press button activates the button. And the reason I was checking all that is because down here should have activate button. And all of this is being run from the local player, is what I was checking. So activate button is client, is what I was checking. Client activate button is the player who pressed it. If you do press one that is that, start game one, it'll command start game. Yeah, it'll command start game. And command start game is here. That should be good. And the game manager should do... Cap zones is then the last thing I really think I have to mess with. Because like I just said, players has been messed with. I did players. I think entity living has only been changed by all of my renamings. Because this thing has... We'll mess with server real quick since we're here. Awake. I'm not going to worry about stuff like awake. This should be... Why'd I click off it? Server take damage. That's fine. Arrow, go away. 5-hood bomb, go away. Health. Wait, why did that change? Oh, because you're also here. Yeah. Sheep had it, yeah. Player, like I said, it should already be fine. Or you got to deal with cap zones. Okay. So server take damage because it's only the server. Then does RPC take damage? So if the server ever says to take damage, then the RPC is going to tell the players to do respective things with said damage. Again, sheep, go away. Got that. Reset health is a server thing. Yep, it's right there because I have the thing on it. Rename. Server reset health. Which, yes, sheep, I know you reset your health. That's great. Player also did. And then this server reset health is then going to RPC back because I guess resetting health is only done through the server. I never have to command ask. You never ask to reset your health, which makes sense. RPC reset health. Command freaking dies, server freaking dies, RPC freaking dies, as we were doing earlier. Then you have command change team. Yeah, it's tough. And change team. What is server only used to change teams? I literally have that labeled. So it's when I was starting to kind of understand this concept. But if it's server only, I need it to be server only. If not, is server. Return. Okay. So basically this is the command which then runs change team, which now I'm renaming to server because I understood this concept before but really had to figure out how to implement it properly. Server change team. Bam. Sheep changes its team. Setting portal also tells people to change their team, but I can close that. That's a basic thing of team, is why it's there. And then this is probably also changing the team of the sheep. Or it's changing team of the projectile. Yeah, because projectiles also have teams. So then, yada yada. Let's see. Move that. Team equals new team. Yep. And then we RPC change team, which is just telling you that thing. And get team, I don't care enough to know why that's there, which I guess team is already probably is synced, so anybody can get it, so it's fine. Cap zone, I know, is gonna have problems, and that might be the last thing till we could possibly hit play and have things work, but that's a big if, because I just changed a heck of a lot of things, and it already wasn't working before today. So, on-trigger enter is specifically for the server. I can't change the name of that, though, even though, you know, whatever. So this is if you step onto the cap zone, it'll do all these things, but it mainly is that it sets your spawn hub. Shouldn't I didn't rename that symbol. Or I probably changed things around. So this is now, it's a server running it, so it's server set spawn hub, should be fine. And then it takes the player and it commands you to freaking... Yeah, that's true. But this is the server doing this. So let's go to the definition of this, right? Which is, well, let's go to the player version of it. We starting genocide now. We're getting true, okay. So player version of Freaking Dies. Where's Freaking Dies in player? So there's server Freaking Dies, which then RPC Freaking Dies. And since this is the server already, we need to be server Freaking Dying. And that should be that. I think. Because it should server set your spawn hub. And then if things don't work, I can always, hopefully, I can put in some, make sure things show up in the console and whatnot. But that should work, because it's a server doing server stuff. Yeah. That should be good. Let's see if there are any compiler errors. Please don't have any. Let's click here. I'm just gonna clear all that. Okay, one little problem. Network simple health. I don't think we even use that anymore. But regardless, that's a local player, so that's client reset player. No, this should be command. Is that a thing we have? Actually, can I just client? Because I don't have to do anything with my health or anything. Client. Let's go to the definition of that real quick. As long as you're a local player, it sets your locations. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care enough about you. So if that goes away, will it let me hit play? go away. Okay. Okay. We have Weaver problems still. Let's see if we can figure this out, because these are the freaking terribly hard ones. Rare component. Type player. Yeah, so I can't double click on them. Which script is this? I just want... Just tell me which thing I wrote that it's in. Cannot create a writer component for type player. Yeah, okay. So does that have to do with the button? Okay, the button's the thing I know that sends a player, right? So the player has the button stuff, right? Yeah. Client press. Client activate button. But that's just client stuff. Where am I passing a player? No, let me... Okay. I don't know where. Let me go read a little bit harder. Try to find out where it's getting the player. If you just tell me where I asked to give a player, I could fix it. Okay, it seems like Ramble, Sheep, Ramble, and Ram are all having a problem, which makes me think I might have to deal with the game manager. But none of these ask for things. I don't know. If it would just tell me which one had the problem, I'd go check. It's player sheep Rambo. When am I passing those? Oh my gosh. Is it this? Wait. Is it that I have a sync var? With... That doesn't seem to have fixed it. I feel like that has to be it. Wait, what if I just stop sync varring them then? So it doesn't... There. Wait, that made... So that make more Why are there so many problems? Why are there so much... Clear. How many problems are there? Like, actually. Tell me the truth. 8. Okay, there's 8 problems. If I come in here, re-delete that, save. You're probably gonna have some problem. Clear that. Hit play. Do you still have the same 8 problems? No, it is that. Got it. That's the... I'm smart. There's probably nobody even watching at this point, but I'm smart. I figured that out. You can't sync var. That's why I was right. I found that it's all 3 of them. You can't sync var them because they're illegal types or whatnot. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Okay. Cool. So if that's like that, then everybody needs to be able to update that list on their own. Can I just, like, duplicate each of these? Because... Can I just do this, and then just make this RPC, update player list? And then you don't have to be the local player, because it's just updating that one object. Is that a thing I can do? And then just if the server ever updates its list, make sure the player updates it. That works for me. Let's do that. Here we are. Grab RPC on the bottom of that and update Rambo list. Alright, bam. So I mean, things should work. Oh, what's your problem? Oh, we're gonna... Oopsie daisies. Oh, no, not there. 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 We're in the game. We're back in the freaking game, finally. About time. So we fixed the Weaver problem. We fixed up so much server code, which means let's just see. Let's just, the magic of let's see. Queue up to play, start... There's no network ID. That's, okay, that's easy enough. There's no network identity on the game manager. Network identity. Okay, cool. Does that fix it? Can I join the game now? Bink, bonk. Okay. Trying to send a command for an object without authority. That's not helpful. It's trying to client press button and client press button. Who? We're trying to command the game manager to start the game, right? What do you mean without authority? It's a command, so I don't have to put the, like, is server, right? That would be silly and redundant. Right? Yeah, I don't ever put that. I don't think. I put it on server stuff. I won't mess. Put that there for comment. I don't understand who doesn't have the ability to do what. So I press the button. It's trying to send a command for object without authority. Command start game. What does that mean? The game manager is a network behavior. These aren't network only, are they, or anything? Why the team controller isn't networked? We're so close. Who ran it again? Let's try it again. I guess it was still at the bottom. I didn't have to do that. Oh, it's this line in particular. What do you mean I don't have authority to do that? Commands are just asking, right? Okay, let's look that up. Unity mirror. What's the answer? Means that you're sending a command for an object whose authority don't have. Sent from your player object. Okay, so the button is trying to start. The game is the problem. And the button doesn't have client authority. That makes sense. What do we do about that? So what is the solution? This. Command call. So can I just steal that line of code? I'm down to do that. So why did this work, though? Oh, because I guess it already has your... Am I want to know? So, am I giving it the authority? Because he said this. Oh, I gotta do this outside, that's the problem. This needs to be done from the player before I tell it, before I press the button. Client activate button. There we go. Put it here. And hit button gets authority at. Right? This seems right. And then I steal his second line of code. Gives the button the client. So we've been building up to the true ending, and this, I love, it's really smart how they do full, like, music stuff. Well, what's your problem? I stole that line of code. I didn't even write it. Oh, do I just remove this? Yeah, okay. Bam. Did I fix it? Let's try it. If this game freaking starts, like, lets me start the game, I'm gonna be very excited. Like, by pressing the button in-game, I mean. Why are you giving me a problem? Which part? So, I don't know how this works. I might just have to ask about that. But we got somewhere. We fixed the bug. And we got a bunch of pretty code set up for all of our resetting and stuff. It's sad that we can't see it working. Despite the fact there's no one here still, I'm pretty sure. We'll wrap up as this song finishes. Good ending to end here before it goes all genocide. I'm proud of what we got to. I'll just have to ask about that because this is starting something I haven't messed with before. This is assigning client authority. That's a completely new idea to me. Is there anything else we need to throw in our drawing? No, we didn't put how dying resets location for dying. No, wait. Yeah, we did all this. I think that's all set up. Yeah, we did everything here. Save that. Alright. Wrapping up here. Don't know if any human beings are still here. But that was awesome progress. I'm really happy, especially because I figured out that problem on my own, which means I understand what's going on, and I drew that whole picture, which means I understand what's going on, so we're getting somewhere. I'm excited. And I'm exhausted. That took way too much mental effort. Alright. That was good. So this is my bookmarks bar temporarily. Wow, there it is. Oh, it's so good. It's so pretty. It's very pretty. Alright, that's the end of that song. So, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been an awesome stream, and hopefully, since we got 2 days till, next stream on Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. See you there. We'll be playing Ram War, most likely. And if you got Java Minecraft, you can play with us. All the links to the last message in the chat. Hopefully, I'll have a camera by then. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you next stream. Bye-bye.